Hey guys, this is Audrey from the File Gathering. Hope everyone's having a good day today. Um, Today I will be talking about what is Trample. So, as you're learning the rules and the game mechanics of Magic the Gathering, there's a lot of terminology that you really need to learn. And you will see that creatures have a lot of abilities, and what they do, how they interact with each other is important to learn, especially when you're playing the game. So today I'll be covering what Trample is. It's really an ability that's designed to capture the feeling of being stomped and trampled on by a much larger creature. So let's get into it. What is Trample? Um, so normally when you're playing Magic the Gathering, when a creature attacks a player and another creature blocks it, the blocking creature will absorb all the damage and the defending player will get none. But when an attacking creature has trample, any creatures that block it can only absorb damage equal to their toughness. Okay, so the defending player will take the rest of the damage. For example, your opponent has an 11/11 dinosaur, and you have a little low, I don't know, 2/2 goblin. Okay. Um, the dinosaur will deal 2 damage to your goblin, but you'll have to take the other 9 damage. So that's a huge chunk out of your life total. Um, and trample doesn't only apply to the defending players, it applies to planeswalkers also. So if you attack a planeswalker with a creature with trample and your opponents can't actually have creatures that block it or block all the damage, the planeswalker will take the remaining damage as the defending player will have taken in the other situation. Next thing, which is crazy, is let's say you have a dinosaur that has trample but also has death touch. You can deal even more damage to your opponents this way, because if you combine trample with other abilities, let's say death touch, which is an ability that makes any amount of damage lethal and will kill the creatures. So let's say you've managed to put a death touch counter on your dinosaur. If your opponent blocks with that goblin, well, death touch allows you to actually assign just 1 point of damage to the creature instead of 2, and your opponent takes 10 damage as a result because it automatically kills the creature. So that's pretty cool. Another ability that you would probably want to mix trample with is double strike. So double strike is an ability that will allow the creatures to deal twice as much damage during combat. So creatures with double strike deal damage during the first strike damage and the regular damage step. So if blocking creatures can't absorb all that damage, it'll reduce your life total to like the amount. So dealing with trample when you're the one being trampled. So it doesn't really feel too good to have dinosaurs trampling you with a 12/12 or whatever. Okay, so what can you do as a defending player to actually deal with this and protect your life? So one thing to keep in mind is really that you can always block with multiple creatures, but sometimes they end up dying and things like that. So this is usually a sound strategy in a limited format. Um, just keep in mind that your opponent may actually be able to increase the power and toughness of his creatures with trample and make your blockings um, less accordingly to them. You can also use removals, board wipes, destroy or exile creatures. So if you don't have enough creatures to block with them, you might want to have removal spells to do the trick and to help you get rid of those big stompers that you don't want to get damage from. So yeah, so that is pretty much what trample is. It's the feeling of being stomped on by huge creatures. So stay tuned, guys. I will be making other videos talking about the other mechanics so you guys can actually know what they are and use them and apply them in your gameplay. See you soon, guys. Take care.